Alright, welcome back everybody, Lawless again. Yeah, so we just beat the second level of the human campaign. Easy. Obviously, the later levels are going to be a lot longer, so the videos will get longer in length. And it might be something where I'll, if it takes me, like, multiple attempts or whatever, because the levels get, like, a little bit hard, I might separate that into two videos, but like release them both on the same day, so that way you can like see me finish the level. But we'll see. Just because like I want to post like an hour and 15-minute video, like now. So if it takes me multiple attempts, then I'll split into two videos, but release them both on the same day. So every day will be a video, or will be me completing a level. So obviously the first day will be all the tutorials in level 1 of the. All right, so. We did it! We killed the orc guy! Yay! I was talking about something at the end of the last video. Probably wasn't that important. Yeah, so this is the level titled Jaina's Meeting. So 2 weeks later, in the violent gardens of Dalaran. Game cutscene.
You must be wiser than the king. The end is near.
I told you before, I'm not interested in this nonsense.
Then I've wasted my time here.
You can show yourself now, Jaina. He's gone.
I'm sorry for eavesdropping, Master, but
It's your inquisitive nature that I've come to rely on, child. That crazed fool's convinced that the world is about to end.
Yeah, don't worry, Arihawk. I'll definitely watch the video.
I've heard the rumors of the plague spreading throughout the Northlands. Do you truly believe that the plague is magical in nature?
It's a strong possibility. That's why I need you to travel there and investigate the matter. I've arranged for a special envoy to assist you.
Yes, Master. I'll do my best.
I know you will, child. Farewell.
So there is another load screen here. It's not a new level. So it's just like sometimes the bigger in-game rendered cutscenes, they separate it. I don't know. It actually is kind of an old game. It was released in 2001, I think. So it might have been like a RAM loading cutscenes type rendering thing. But yeah, so Chapter 3, Ravages of the Plague. 3 days later in Alterac, which may be a name that some of you who know the lore would find interesting, Arthas and his men wait near a crossroads along the King's Road.
Prince Arthas, we've been waiting here for hours. Are you sure this friend of yours is coming?
I'm sure. Jaina usually runs a little late.
We must help her!
Stay your blade, Captain. She can take care of herself.
In my experience in the game, she can't solo. At least not this early on.
Gentlemen,
Could be wrong, though.
Jaina Proudmoore, Special Agent to the Kirin Tor, and one of the most talented sorceresses in the land. Looks like you haven't lost your touch. It's good to see you again, Jaina.
You too, Arthas. It's been a while since a prince escorted me anywhere.
Yes, it has. Well, I guess we should get underway.
Hey, Arihawk, how's the volume? Is it good? Could there be a little bit louder?
Sources believe the plague originated in the region north of here. We should check out the villages along the King's Road.
So here's another not level building level, or base building level. They kind of flip-flop a bunch and stuff, and it takes them a little while to figure out the right balance. The Frozen Throne campaign is, like, incredible. It's perfect? Cool. Great. I spent a lot of time messing with it. Yeah, you missed the early afternoon where it was just tech issues for days. It was so bad. Also, feel free to engage. Like, just because I'm recording this for YouTube doesn't mean I'm not going to engage with streaming chat. Like, by all means,
For honor.
please engage.
Of course.
Prince Arthas, there's something amiss at the bridge ahead.
So yeah, so this is another escort mission. We get a captain,
I am ready.
which is actually OP. Like if you notice, like footmen, 12 to 13 damage, 5 armor. They're getting 3 from devotion aura because what an aura. So if that pop up could go away. And like an extra like 50% HP. So like double damage, 50% HP, 1 more armor. It actually makes a huge difference.
I'm trying to think here.
And then Jaina is just like a huge amount of damage too. So we have like 3 heroes. Obviously Arthas right now is stronger, but we basically have 3 heroes worth of damage in our party, and then 2 peasants who might die. But I don't give a shit about these footmen, right? These guys are like just super tough, so it's gonna be like pretty easy.
That's curious.
I also have water elemental, which is yay.
Danger?
Okay, again, I can't really use map scrolling all that well because I'm playing in windowed, which is really, really unfortunate. Because the best way to cast spells is with hotkeys, so I might not use water elemental like at all this level.
Milord, someone has destroyed the bridge from the far side of the river. There is another way to cross, but it is not as safe as it used to be.
Of course. For honor.
That's fine.
Certainly.
I can manage.
Of course. For honor. Of course.
As I recall, there's like a bandit attack or something here that somebody have to save. Yeah.
Bandits, run!
I need to protect the girl. She's the one who gives you the quest reward.
Save us!
Hey, I managed to actually use water elemental. I believe it's the girl that you have to. Yep.
The light is my strength.
Oh, thanks so much. I have a reward for you.
Put you on my second monitor while I go hard in League. Sounds good, man.
Stand for
Yeah.
the light. I'm here to help. Certainly.
I think there's like actually a camp down
For
here or
honor.
something. No, no.
Of course. A sound plan.
This optional quest is dumb, by the way. It's like the freest optional quest ever. It doesn't give you like a crazy good reward or anything, but
There
it's
is
just
an
weird.
ancient fountain shrine nearby. Legends say that its holy waters can restore health and heal grievous wounds.
That could prove to be useful indeed.
Can it heal general grievous wounds?
Of course. For honor. A sound
Yeah,
plan.
that's why you all come here, for the quality comedy. Yeah, I'm actually a comedian before a Let's Player.
A sound
That's how good my comedy is. Alright,
A sound plan.
yeah, so overall, like, Arthas can solo most levels at this point. With a level 2 Devotion Aura, Holy Light, and Orb of Fire, he's just, like, super OP. The one nice thing about Divine Shield, and I will pick it up later, exactly, quality comedy for quality people. You nailed it. That's exactly correct. Actually, I think one of these buildings in this level actually drops an item, which is kind of annoying, but, and I think it's kind of worth it. Yeah, it's very worth
The
it.
light is my strength.
Okay,
A sound
I
plan.
can help.
For honor.
the Maul of Strength increases my damage by 1 as well, because Arthas' primary stat strength, so
A sound
that's why I actually want to get that. I have a pretty good memory of this game, but yeah, the nice thing about Divine Shield, which I will pick up when I'm level 7, is that it
Of course.
it does allow me to save Arthas in an oh shit situation.
Sound plan.
When heroes die, it's really expensive and takes a long time to bring them back, and heroes are like really good for defensive measures. So you kind of don't want him to die. So if he's ever in like a shit position, you crack Divine Shield and just run away. I believe the AI like doesn't even aggro onto people using Divine Shield, so it's just like a really good oh shit get out of there thing. Brilliance Aura is really good. It's shitty here, but it's really, really good in general. Blizzard is very good versus enemies, and Death and Decay is very good versus buildings. I don't really need AoE anti-personnel because it also messes up your units and shit. I'm just going to use Brilliance Aura because I don't have the micro because I have to use the arrow keys to scroll around the map. But normally I would probably get Blizzard and Water Elemental, but would be the two. But Brilliance Aura will be way better in later levels. Like when I get Priests, it's gonna matter a lot, so it's not a complete waste. And Scroll of Protection.
Justice shall be done. Certainly.
They kind of throw items at you in this campaign. In the Orc campaign, it's like a bit harder to get items in the first couple levels, which is why doing those tutorial levels was really important to make Thrall better. Not that these games are like all that hard anyways, but
Arrows won't get through. Skeletons, slay them all immediately.
also fun fact. What? They're not classified as undead? Okay. That's a mechanical oversight if you ask me. Holy Light deals, it'll heal one of my people for 200 health, or deal 100 damage to an undead unit. That's where
Undead, my lord.
leveling up Holy Light ends up being better.
Village has gone mad. We did our best to defend the villagers, but
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun. Like, you have no idea how,
Certainly.
like,
For honor.
how much enjoyment and fulfillment and smiles that fact gets. It's very fun.
A sound plan.
But yeah, so, leveling up Holy Light
Sound.
doubles the amount that it heals for, which actually doubles the amount that it deals damage for, which is almost the more relevant thing.
Certainly.
Almost.
For honor. Is there danger?
Did I not?
I'm here to help.
It's like, I should have way more than what I have, right?
A sound plan.
Okay, heal the captain, because holy crap, OP. So now it'll basically just like full heal any of my units,
Of course.
but it'll do quite a bit of damage to undead units, which is like
Sound plan.
really, really good.
Of course.
Which is like wonderful.
This must be
um,
the shrine that the old man spoke of.
But
Drinks from
so
the
like
light
that's
level.
where leveling it up will actually be helpful. Is like right now they already basically full heal everything. Yeah, so this was the side quest. You just come here and heal off of the fountain. Now the fountain of healing is like really good actually and really really cool and like it's really really nice.
I stand for the light.
But
For
one of those things where it's like
Certainly.
I would have liked a more robust optional quest on this map, but sure.
Certainly.
Um
Of course.
yeah, so basically Holy Light like
For honor.
for the healing my units, like although it's good, it already pretty much full heals, but leveling up to level 3 will mean that it will deal significantly more damage to undead units, which is huge coming up. I believe it's important in the next level. So I'm going to get a level 3 Holy Light.
The grain itself be
Good
plagued.
talk.
Let's hope not. Those crates bear the regional seal of Anderhall, the distribution center for the northern boroughs. If this grain can spread the plague, there's no telling how many villages might be affected.
So it'll be really really relevant. So what I'll probably do, oh, water elemental, is I'll level this to level 3 rather than leveling up the devotion aura, because now the next level only gives me 1.5 more armor, and that will only increase their damage reduction by like 3% or something. And that's assuming they don't get any more armor upgrades than 1,
say the word.
where it will start to fall off even more, and on the later levels you can get armor to +3. So it's like, it really has diminishing returns. So as OP as Devotion Aura is, I think only a level 2 Devotion Aura is really needed for this shit.
Certainly.
That's where Holy Light's really good. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't quite kill him, but... Why don't these count as undead? That's pretty dumb. That one counted? Oh, because that one was actually summoned.
I'm here to help.
So dumb. Such an oversight. Yeah, let's go with level 2 Aura.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so
I'll
so yeah, so I'm not gonna go for level 3 Devotion Aura. I'm gonna go for level 3 Holy Light. Then I'll get my ultimate. Then I'll get a level 1 Divine Shield. Then I'll get the level 3 Devotion Aura. And I might go for level 2 Divine Shield as well, but I don't think it's gonna be that important.
Greetings.
Ah,
We are
priests.
priests from Quel'Thalar.
Now your Brilliance Aura really, really matters. So I'm glad I already got it to level 2.
As always, the generosity of the elves is greatly appreciated.
You should know that there is a granary warehouse at the far end of this village. This evil blight may be evident there as well.
We'll check it out.
So these are High Elves. They were from Warcraft 2, and they're in Warcraft 3. And they're technically World of Warcraft. We will go through their story, though, in the expansion, so don't worry about that. I actually think they're, like, the weaker campaign is the human one in the expansion. It's a little weird.
A sound plan.
Now, granted, the weakest one in Frozen Throne is still really good. The entire Frozen Throne campaign is incredible, but yeah. Yeah, priests are OP. They've got so many good spells, so they have heal, and apparently they start with dispel magic at this early point in the campaign, both of which are insanely good. And then they end up getting later on. Actually, you can't see the dispel magic. Well, actually, you can see the tooltip there, so perfect. But later on, they get inner fire, which is busted. It's so good. So like, yeah.
We're blasting those damn skeletons, sir. This whole flaming village is crawling with them.
Well, I could use your help. We've got a warehouse to destroy at the end of town.
Mortar Team is a siege unit. In this game, buildings take reduced damage from everything that's not a siege unit, and like quite a bit. So it can be really annoying to destroy buildings without a siege unit. I think that's the only reason they give you the mortar here. I mean, it's like kind of like a, oh, by the way, this is still the Warcraft 2 alliance. There are elves and dwarves and all these stuff. So I think it's like, oh, you meet an elf and you meet a dwarf. Yay! But I also think it's like, but like actually, like, we wanted you to have a siege unit. I started a mod a while back to make Warcraft 2 in Warcraft 3. Because I wanted to play the Warcraft 2 campaign, but with a modern engine. First off, it's actually just easier to make the game, because of how different they are. It's actually easier to make the game in StarCraft 2, and just better. So that's one reason I abandoned the project, but also, there was a lot of weird differences that actually made the project really hard to continue to do. So I might revisit it later on one of my game design days. I might try to remake Warcraft 2 in the StarCraft
Of
engine.
course.
We've been discovered, my brothers. Flee and continue with the operation.
Healthy Zard.
I'm sorry I can't stay and chat, but duty calls.
This is his origin story too. Basically, if you've played WoW, like everyone's origin story is this game.
Sewn together from different corpses.
Let's study it after we kill it, okay?
The abominations are what Holy Light's insanely good for. It's so much better to it's so much better to Holy Light the abominations for the chunk damage than for the heals. He will do more damage than like if you like it's just such a good aggressive ability for the undead. This entire campaign you're like pretty much exclusively fighting undead. So Holy Light's a pretty effective ability. Yeah, at level 3 it just one-shots ghouls, which is like absurd. Yeah.
You are past redemption.
Actually, I think there's an item in one of these.
A sound plan. Of course. Certainly. For my father.
Nope, I was wrong. Okay. There might be one in one of those, but I don't think that.
Feel my wrath. You are past redemption.
Level 3.
What was that? And who was that wizard dressed in black?
I believe that the robed man was a necromancer. Obviously, he and his lackeys are behind this plague.
Obviously.
Well, it's a good bet we'll find him and the answers we're looking for in Anderhall.
So again, interesting lore. In Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 1, all necromancy was part of the orcs. So in Warcraft 1, you had necrolites who were like necromancers but orcs. In Warcraft 2, you had the Death Knights who were recognized as a separate being and entity. There's actually a lot of cool Death Knight lore, which I might get into if or when I play Warcraft 2. But yeah, so the Death Knights were allied with the orcs, and that was a thing. In this game, this is the first time like a necromancer shows up, and it's a human, and you're like, huh, interesting. I believe it's actually a pretty good lore story of why humans started picking up necromancy. But yeah, it wasn't a human-based thing at all. Even though they raised humans. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Lawless here, just doing a nice closing statement here. I would very much appreciate if you would like and subscribe my videos. I know every YouTuber says this, but it really truly makes a huge difference. So there's annotation up by the YouTube button that will subscribe. You can also go to my Twitter. There will be a link on that annotation as well. And there should be a link or annotation somewhere on this image slate for seeing the next video in this series. So thanks so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.